why your open house is turning off buyers. Are you welcoming buyers or are you treating them like a lead?
Welcome to the Open Books Podcast, where we discuss all things real estate, helping you take the road less traveled to real estate success. I'm your co-host, Curtis Haddock, alongside my wonderful co-hosts, Brooke Massey and Casey Tuter. If you guys like today's content, please subscribe. If you don't like today's content, please subscribe.
Anyways.
But if you like it, then subscribe and forward it to a friend.
That's what
share.
Make a comment.
Watch it
You
3
guys know what to
times.
do. Everyone knows. You guys know what to do in social media. Just do it.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Share it to all the things. Share it to the talk, to the face,
Yeah.
and the Insta.
There's a time or a Sunday afternoon that I recall, which is funny since we're talking about open houses. I walk into it as an agent, and there's an older couple there, dressed real nice. Their sign is in the yard with their faces on it. You know, the typical old school what you see.
Yeah.
And I walk in and they say, "Hi, welcome to the open house. Would you mind coming over here and signing in?" I said, "Well, I'm a realtor." They go, "Well, we need you to go ahead and sign anyways because we want to let our sellers know who came into the house." And I said, "No, thank you."
What'd they say?
And they're like,
They didn't know how to handle
They didn't know
it?
what
Yeah.
to do. And that's
So-
just how they were taught. Like, no matter what,
Yeah.
you got to tell them the seller needs it.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that one story, but there's another one I went into. I was just kind of curious about because it was in my dad's neighborhood. And I walk in and there's a gentleman sitting in a lawn chair. And he doesn't get up. And he tells me if I want to make an offer, I better do it quick because it's not going to last long. And that's the only thing he said to me.
And he's like,
I said,
Wait,
okay.
that was what the agent said in the
Yeah,
open house?
that was it.
That's funny. Like, because it's like, it's clearly like anyone is going to pick up on that.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh no. Oh, you're right. Where do I sign?
Right.
I need it right now.
Yeah.
It's not going to last long. Okay, so, but if I do come back next week and it's still here, then what do you think I should do?
He'll probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you again. You better put an offer in on. It won't last long.
Right. Oh, yeah. I think you sit in
God.
the same open house every
Dude.
single week. Gosh. I mean, it's funny because, like, there's no, I always say we don't have any secret formulas or anything special that you can find, you know, all of this information out on YouTube and, you know, but every brokerage teaches open houses pretty much, right? I can't imagine a brokerage being successful that doesn't teach
Right.
agents to do open houses,
Yeah,
especially
it's there for a reason.
if you're new.
Yeah.
Unless they're teaching sign-in sheets, then you need a new brokerage.
But they're still teaching open houses, right?
Yeah,
they
good
just
point.
believe that's just how they were taught, so they're passing it down, and
Yeah.
they don't think outside the box.
I know some
you
people that
like-
work for us that do sign-in sheets and they kill it, but
yeah.
it's because none of that really matters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about getting people to trust you and like you. That's really, at the end, like, that's it.
Well, I mean, if you have to your point, like if you have a good sign-in sheet, but then you do the things that we're about to talk about as well, then, you know, you'll be just fine.
Right.
But if you start initially off with a sign-in sheet, don't make people feel icky. Like,
Yeah,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
going to start off with a sign-in sheet, well, then you need to have really good sales skills and people skills,
Yes.
and you got to be able to influence people.
And if you don't have those, you should probably just maybe try to work on them a little bit. I was training a guy one time, and he's not an agent anymore, but someone comes in, and I go introduce yourself, man. And he's like, I'll make up a name. He's like, oh, my name. He's like, hi, my name's Sam, whatever. And I was like, well, okay, next time maybe like act like you're excited they're here. And he said, okay. And then the next people that comes in, he goes, hi, I'm Sam. Nice to meet you. And I go, that was a little thick.
Wow. Can we
It's
go
like-
medium?
It's
please?
just funny because like he couldn't figure that people part out at all.
So was that your part there, Casey?
Yeah, that was all my part.
That was your story?
Yeah, now your turn.
Okay, well, we got a few things we're going to talk about. Listen, open houses, the way that we teach it, if you are an agent with experience out there, then you're going to have to keep an open mind, because I get a lot of pushback from people that have been trained on open houses before, and then they come and get our training and they go, oh, no, this is how to do it. But then in the same sentence, they'll say, man, open houses suck. They don't work. I don't do them anymore because it's just a waste of time. And then when you try to tell them how to do it, it's like, oh, no. You have to have the sign-in sheet, or you have to have flyers, you know, or whatever it is. So we're going to talk about how we do it, and definitely have an open mind. The first 10 seconds set the tone without a doubt. I mean, just kind of like you were saying, how he was greeting.
Hi,
people.
I'm Sam.
It sets the whole tone to the type of agent you are, and if they're going to connect with you or not. I mean, some people, might connect with that,
Sure.
but it's just got to be the right person that walks through the door.
Could you imagine how that whole transaction would go? Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Man, I think I found my person.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It makes me think of that Liberty Mutual commercial. Bibberty?
Oh.
Bibberty?
Yeah.
You do it too?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
That is a great commercial.
Oh, man. Okay. And then next we're going to say, if we kind of already mentioned this, but asking for information too soon, it can definitely create resistance unless you're doing it in a way that doesn't create resistance, unless you're creating some sort of value along the way. But what we're going to tell you guys is focus on the value first, not the information. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is just that connection converts better than pressure.
Dun, dun,
And
dun.
the reason why people are trying to sneak out of your open houses after they get through walking it is because they are afraid that you're going to pressure them like every other salesperson and every other open house that they've been to. So you've got to figure out what your strategy is going to be along the lines of how to connect with people.
I always say lock the gates so they don't walk out.
Yeah. Or don't be afraid to just step in front of them.
No, I did have this one open house, like random side story. And it was a big one. And there's like a gate and there's a giant window over there. And I literally kept watching people go in the door and out the gate.
That's happened to me a lot too.
I was like, I went and shut the gate.
Yeah.
And locked it. I put something in front of it. I don't remember what I
Absolutely.
did, but I was like, you better come back in here and talk to me.
Yeah.
Like,
What you need to do, if you really want to establish a good rapport and connection, is whenever they're walking back and they're about to leave, like walk in front of them and close the front door and lock it.
oh.
I'm just kidding.
like, this is actually good, Curtis.
You're not going anywhere.
But I do that, though. Like,
some
when they're
people stop
walking
watching
around, I
this
kind of walk
episode.
towards the front.
Some people
for sure,
stopped watching this
but
episode
don't
right
lock
before
the
you
door
said
and
that.
like you guys aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, and then we got viewers that as soon as you said that, they're like, "Oh, that was gold," and they turn the episode off, and then they're going to go to their open house and lock people.
Yeah.
It'd be like, Curtis told me to lock the front door.
Yeah, Curtis told me, that's what I should do.
Curtis was with me one time at an open house whenever people were leaving, and I didn't know what to say. I just said, "Don't go," and they stayed.
It worked.
And I showed them houses.
It worked. They even had an agent, and
That's so funny.
he still was able to show them houses. This is before the settlement, people. So we didn't have there was no BBAs or whatever.
Yeah.
But
That's so
the
funny.
reason why he was able to get to show them houses was because when he said don't go, he then proceeded with a ton of value that the agent that they said that they had never explained any of it to them. And so they felt like, man, I'm just missing out on stuff, and so we're gonna go with Casey. So
I would go
was
with
a good
Casey.
example. But yeah,
I'd
so
choose you.
the first 10 seconds set the tone. So how do you guys set the tone at your open houses?
I just judge real hard when they walk in that door.
Like, what kind of person you think you are?
Yeah. That's honestly that's the most awkward part for me is just how do I introduce myself?
Same.
Do I shake their hand? Do I kind of let them look around? Then do I do it? Like,
And everyone greets you differently. I mean,
Yeah.
especially like some people, if you're like, hey, I'm Casey, they're like, just shake your hand.
you can tell, like, I just try to pick up on their body language and what they're doing because a lot of people will come in and they will make a point to connect with you first. Whether it's a great one or not, they'll still come in, look at you, and approach you or meet you in the middle.
Yeah.
Some, you get some of these families in and and the guy comes in, and you can tell he's already looking over you and through you, like you're just not there.
Yeah.
I might let them like look around for a minute and then go like, hey, like, and then try to introduce myself.
Yeah.
I know, Casey, you said this, that you have walked to other people's open houses. Brooke, have you actually gone to other agents' open houses before?
Not like a ton. No, I've probably done like a handful.
Well, I would encourage agents to take one Sunday, especially if you're new and don't really know how to work open houses and things like that. Now, don't go to open houses thinking I'm just going to work my open house how these people do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Go to like, maybe if you're going to be doing an open house in a certain area and you just know that's where you're going to want to work or farm that area, then go see how other agents in that area are running their open house. It actually will give you a lot of information. One, if you're in, it's an opportunity to potentially recruit somebody. But beyond that, it gives you a lot of insight into how other agents are running their open houses, which tells you what people are experiencing at open houses before they get to your open house, if they're making a day of it, right? And I'll tell you, I've gone to so many open houses of agents, and I was doing it, definitely with the mindset of like, I want to try to recruit people.
Yeah.
And almost, I would say it was an overwhelming amount of like, and I was uncomfortable with it. Just how standoffish the agent was, how scared they were just to say hello.
Yeah.
And they used the sign-in sheet as a crutch. And it was just like, it was so just, there was no warmth to it. I was going in there ready to have a conversation, and then you walk in and then it's like they're just afraid, or they just don't know what to do. And it's newer agents. They were younger people in some of these instances. But the first 10 seconds, if someone walks into your open house, if they've been going from open house to open house and they're dealing with agents that are timid, scared, don't make them feel warm, and you can make them feel warm immediately. Like, hey, like kind of how you're saying, hi, I'm Sam. Not like that. But be like, hey, how's it going? I'm Curtis. What's your guys' name? I always try to get their name and tell myself over and over and over again. And then if their name is Sam, then I'll say, awesome, Sam, thank you. It's very nice to meet you. Here's a little bit of information about the house. While you're looking, go check out XYZ. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah.
And depending on how I'm running my open house that day, I usually let them kind of go walk the open house. Sometimes I'll walk people through if there's some features that I need to point out. But most of the time I'll let them walk through. But that first 10 seconds, it really kind of helps establish how the rest of the open house is, how that encounter is going to go based on how you introduce yourself.
I approach it maybe like the first 30 seconds differently, and that's how I train agents. I'm like, it's psychological too for people that come in, because you meet somebody, they walk in the door. Okay, that's the first time you met them. And so I do the same thing as you, Curtis. Like, I try to get their name and then introduce myself. I'm like, great, we're listed at 500,000, 3-bed, 2-bath. Take a look around and just let me know if you guys have any questions. And I walk back, I write their name down on a piece of paper, but then I go back a second time. Maybe they've gone to another room. Then I go back a second time and then either give them some kind of piece of information, be like, oh yeah, by the way, blah, 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 or check this out and let me know if you have anything. And then I go back and stand in the kitchen, and this is a little bit past the 30 seconds. But then once they come back into the kitchen, then I try to find something else. I'm listening to their conversation, or I'm bringing up open-ended questions. But I do that on purpose, because if I go to them and I meet them at the door and then I walk away, then I go meet them in the master bedroom and then walk away, then they come meet me in the kitchen. Well, their brain tells them that we've met 3 times, and their guards normally start to kind of go down too at that point.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I think that, and that's kind of how we teach it, and that's how I run open houses too. But I mean, just like, but if you don't start that first 10 seconds right, then the rest of that encounter of what you just said is going to be awkward. It's going to be forced. It's going to be like too much. Like they're going to feel like you're a furniture store salesperson just following them around, or a used car salesperson or whatever. And so I really try not to even, like you saying you give them a little bit of information. Yeah. I try to not even do any of that. Like I'll give them a little bit of information, but if I give them anything, I'm saying it. And then I want to find out if there's anything that they want or that they need, because then that will open the door for me to then try to get their phone number.
Yeah, I think asking a couple questions is helpful. Like, is 4 bedrooms enough for what you guys are looking for?
That's smart.
And then that'll kind of give you an indication if they're going to engage with you or not. No, we're just looking. And it's like, okay, well, it's going to be really hard to pick them up from that point on.
Yeah.
But like, oh yeah, I think 4 bedrooms, 5 would be a bonus. And then now you have back and forth going. And so now if they want to look around, then you have your computer on you, and then you can pull, hey, we've got some 5 bedrooms available. And you can kind of take it from there.
I always have my laptop open, and I always have like what's around in that vicinity, if you will. I mean, yes, preview homes before, but I always at the open house, because I've had many people come over to my computer and like look at photos of something else, and then I'm providing value and whatever else.
This you shouldn't have to say this, but you should probably have your laptop and hotspot.
At every house.
Totally.
No, for sure.
Actually, at all times.
Yeah, that's
every
true.
day.
And a hotspot's not that much extra.
Even if you're in Mexico.
But that's great, because I mean, when you're asking questions, you got to ask questions to listen, and then let them keep walking around. I'm going to write it down in my notebook, and then go to your computer, and like you said, now you start putting in some of the things that they said. And it doesn't have to necessarily be just in that area. Like, you can ask them that question: do you like this neighborhood, or
is it a school thing?
Is it a school district? Yeah. What about where are you guys at with that? And sometimes, like, I like to lead with the question of, so are you guys just you guys live in the neighborhood, or are you just stopping it? Because a lot of times you get neighbors that just want to see the house, and so I like to find that out so that I know how serious they are. And that doesn't mean just because they're in the neighborhood that they're not looking to maybe sell.
Yeah.
But it does give me an indication of where my next line of questioning goes. It's like, oh, okay, so are you guys potentially putting your house on the market, or are you just here to kind of see what it looks like and value and all that kind of stuff. And then they'll tell me, and then I'll go into those other questions of what do you like? What have you guys been looking for? Is 4 bedrooms enough? Do you need 5? Is it a school district thing? All that kind of stuff. And I try not to ask too many questions, when I go talk to them, because then it feels like I'm just drilling them.
Yeah, just ask one and shut the hell up.
Yeah, well, you're looking for engagement.
Yes.
Yeah.
See if they'll reciprocate.
And if they don't engage, then you can kind of back off. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be impossible to get them.
Sure.
You're just trying. You got to figure out, how can I get them to drop their guard, which is why I like to give some sort of an assignment, whether it's a good assignment or a bad assignment. Like, hey, there's a really quirky storage thing in the closet back there. Like, I would love to know your thoughts.
Do you ever have like a go-to task that you ask the client to come back and give you? Because like sometimes like houses are like cookie cutter, and there's like normal gray walls, tile floor, and a backyard with some weeds.
If it's cookie cutter, it's really difficult to. It's really difficult because you also don't want to then pinpoint like a potential negative, right? Unless it's an obvious negative. But I mean, there are things like if the seller just wouldn't paint the room or something like that. I'll say like, hey, I want to get feedback for the sellers on what you think about the paint color in the spare bedroom.
Yeah.
They want to give people an option to paint it, but I would love to know if you would rather just have it done and painted, or if you'd rather have that option. So when you look at it, let me know, because that's going to be very helpful. Like anything that we need that's going to help us to make better decisions on getting this house sold, or if it's something I know that they need to do to get the house sold, they just haven't listened to me, then I'll try to get feedback from people that way. If it's a price thing, I mean, consumers aren't gonna know like pricing like an agent would.
Yeah.
But I'll still ask them like, hey, so have you guys been looking around at a few houses? And if it's a yes, okay, great. I would love to know what you guys think about the price of this home compared to what you've seen.
Yeah.
So that I can get back with the seller, because I have my opinion on the price. I want to know what consumers think.
Yeah.
And so it's information. It's not always just a task about the house.
Which means
it's
you did
information.
You did some prep work, right? Because you
have to do
price,
prep work.
You knew the price of the house.
Yeah.
Speaking of giving someone an assignment, I was at this open house and they had just recently built an entire apartment complex in this person's backyard. It was a field. And so, when they built, they're like, oh, this is a beautiful view. And then shortly after they closed on this house, these apartments got thrown up. And I'm talking like the mailboxes right there. There's a parking lot you could see in all these different apartments. And I'm just standing, or this guy walks up and he's like looking out of the dining room window at the apartments. And I walk up next to him and I'm like, it's a beaut, isn't it? And he's like, man, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, can you
imagine
how you'd feel if you're the sellers and they build this behind you? He's like, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I mean that's great because if you can point out the obvious.
Yeah.
But the reason why you would do that is you're not like a lot of people go in there thinking like I got to sell this house.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
You're not trying to sell that house. You're trying to pick up the client, right? So that you can sell them any house. Sellers don't want to hear that, but that's what an open house is.
Yeah.
It's not unless it's new construction, then that's literally all that you're doing is trying to find buyers that are in the market that aren't working with agents that need to be working with agents.
That's where people just get started. That's what before they go start talking to people, it's like you go buy a car. What do? You look online, you look at the stuff online, and then you may go to the car lot and just walk around just to look at stuff. They're not pre-approved yet. They haven't like got serious. They have the idea about it, and generally, for the most part, that's what people coming through the open houses are. They're either nosy neighbors or people that are just starting. It's very rare that I see people that are pre-approved, but you do open houses more. Do you get a lot of people that are pre-approved already, or do you see?
I mean, I'd say most of the time that I pick them up, they're not.
Yeah, because they're just starting the process.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I mean, once they're with you, I mean, I don't go tell people to look at open houses unless there's like a weird scheduling issue or something like that. I'm like, hey, I can't like go to these open houses, but then I let all the other agents know that my clients are coming, and I let my clients know, hey, just so you know, ask questions, but they're trying to get your information as well.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next point, probably.
Okay.
Asking for information too soon creates resistance.
Yeah. Yeah. So I use this analogy all the time, and the young people should take note of this. And if I'd have known this better, I would have been more successful in the dating world.
Young people or young agents? Oh,
young people
that are dating. Okay.
Yeah. So,
the average realtor is like 45.
So listen,
getting into it. So
we gotta go back a little old school because people just use Tinder and stuff now or whatever apps there are.
oh yeah,
I've been married too long.
go fish.
Is that one?
I don't know, but there was
Okay.
something with a fish.
So is
Sounds
this
like a
something that
game.
young people can even relate to?
No, you're going
it'd be
fishing.
hard. It'd be hard, but it's what I like about where I'm going with this story is the more AI that comes out and the more that agents and people embrace it, the less relationships are going to build.
Yes.
So the more they master this right here, the better. So when you go to a bar and you're dating and you're like, maybe the one is sitting at the bar tonight. Who knows?
Hopefully they're not a drunk.
Who knows? Well, the odds are they might be.
Depends how old you are.
Especially if they're there by themselves.
Yeah.
If you're like,
right.
yeah, run away.
So hopefully you're just meeting some girl that's out with her friends, and it's just a random night out. And they don't do it very
Bachelorette,
often.
yeah. Girls' night.
But you don't
what you
just
see in the movies.
right, exactly. But you
Perfect.
don't just
Picture
walk
perfect,
up to
yeah.
this girl and say, "Hey, I'd like your number,"
yeah.
and she's like,
Is that,
"Huh?"
or like, is that a mirror in your pocket?
Yeah, or you got some stupid pickup line.
yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
That
or
works for some people. If you're good at it,
or
you can do it.
you sit down and you chat with them for a minute. Maybe there's a game on TV. Hey, do you watch Thunder? I mean, whatever it is. Again, we can't teach these things.
Yeah.
You just have to try to find some commonality without being awkward, which could probably take some practice. But
You can
then
teach these things. Have you not seen Hitch?
I have, but I don't remember it. Only scene I remember in that is when he got the allergic reaction.
Oh yeah. But he's a dating coach, right? He gets like people that are super like unattractive, like the really hot,
Okay.
good looking women.
Okay,
you know?
nice. But yeah, you basically just you don't just go up and ask for the number. You have to provide some value.
Yeah, you gotta make
And
connection.
maybe there's a song on, and it's like, oh, I love this. Oh, I love this song too. Have you ever seen them in concert?
Yeah.
You come, and then it's almost like they want to give you their number.
Yes.
Yeah, just provide value. Like go like, hey, I got like $1 million in my bank account. Can I get your number? Would that work?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, that would work.
And you got a mirror in your pocket.
Yeah, how can we translate that one to real estate?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me think on that one. But yeah, you need to be able to figure out a way. Like, and also, I think where a lot of, especially guys, get it wrong, is they immediately, even if they're on a first date and they're set up, all they do is talk about themselves because they're trying to impress her.
Oh, yep.
So one of the best things I ever learned, and I learned this from a client, from a hair client, is no matter what I asked her, she always turned it around on me and wanted to know more about me. And guess what? I loved her.
Well, that's how women are too. Like that, I remember our first date, and April always gives me a hard time about this. Is like she was like always asking the questions, and I'm like, I know I reciprocated the questions, but apparently it wasn't as much as she had wanted. I guess.
Well, apparently it was enough.
It was enough. It was
Yeah,
enough.
it
Man,
worked.
'cause she fell in love it as soon.
That's
I'm
right.
just kidding. But anyways, no. But like to your point, that's just how people are wired. And I'm trying to teach this to Jonah. It's like because he just talks, and it's all about what he has going on, what he's doing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's a kid.
He is the same
doesn't
way,
know any
yeah.
better, right? And so it's like, dude, like if you want to be liked at school and just in general, focus on them.
Yeah.
Ask questions about them. He's starting to talk about girls, and he has crushes and things like that. And I'm like, man, just start asking her about her day, about he's in theater and he has this this crush on this one of the girls that's one of the main characters. And I'm like, dude, just go tell her that she's awesome, how awesome she's doing. And like, are you excited for the whatever you call it, the final play or whatever it is, like the performance? Are you nervous? Don't worry. You're gonna crush it. Like, just start finding out how she feels. Tell her she's awesome at it.
Yep.
And the rest will be history.
Yep. Yep. And there's and what girls want typically too is they want to know that you have a sense of humor. So like you can give them a hard time about something. And you can compliment them without being creepy, but that all translates to picking up clients.
Well, so to translate that to an open house, then a lot of times agents are just leading with just certain like question, but you can probably turn that around to complimenting how what they're doing. Like, well, you guys are actually doing the right thing by looking at like going to open houses and looking around and getting a feel for the neighborhood.
Words of affirmations, the top love language. You're going to run into somebody that loves words of affirmation.
Well, let's talk about connecting. Like someone walks in, they got an OSU shirt on, and you're like, "Ooh, that's a problem." And they're like, "What?" And you're like, I don't think that these sellers are going to accept any offer from OSU fans.
Yeah. No,
that's
a good one.
And then you could be like, well, it's like, they're terrible. That's why I say that. And then you can say, did you go there though? And then like, now you're having a conversation.
Yes.
And
I love
that's
that.
all it takes is like just something like that. Now you could piss them off.
Oh, totally.
But you have to make sure that you do it in a lighthearted way.
Well, I think
piss people off that turn into a great relationship.
You're going to piss people off. I always say this story. I did an open house once, and it was a $500,000 property on a lake property here in Oklahoma City, and their laundry room was painted hot.
Oh yeah,
pink.
I set that same open house in
laundry
Blue
room?
State.
The ceiling, the walls, the cabinet, everything was hot pink. And I was like, ooh, I'm totally going to use this.
That's called color drenching, by the way.
And so I actually pissed off like two people that came in. And one lady, it was like, I actually like this.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I was trying to like make a joke about it. I was like, just close your eyes when you walk by the hot pink laundry room. And I was like, thank goodness it's paint. Or I don't even remember what I said. Said something cheesy. And the lady was like, I actually really like that. And she was with her husband. They turned around and they just kept, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to go after you guys.
Well, that's a great, you can learn from that because that would have been a great task instead of joking about it. Now, granted,
But that's just like,
you would
that's
think,
my personality,
well,
you
I was
know?
going to say, majority of people are going to, even if they like it, they'll understand where they should understand, like,
Yes.
I know my taste is a little quirky, you know, I get it.
But
you
like
know?
that's like I think if you're running open houses, I think that's what made me realize, holy crap, I am going to meet all different kinds of people, and I'm not. It's just what we always say: you can't say the right thing to the wrong
you'll
person.
connect. That's exactly what I was going to say.
You know,
you're going to connect with certain people.
I'm a jokester,
and not connect
and
with
some
certain
people don't. Like there is some people that don't like me because I'm a jokester. Like I
Sure.
remember when I was managing people, and this one girl hated me so much because she said I was too sarcastic, and I was like, well, then don't do dumb stuff and just do what the right thing.
Kidding.
Is. But-
And then
oh, sorry, I offended you again.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, building rapport. Though, like again, asking for information too soon. Back to the whole point of this is. Which is why, you know, we teach the things that you got to be open to. Is like we tell people don't even have like sign sheets and flyers are crutches for most people.
Yeah.
And we want to create duplicatable systems. So if you can build value in some way, and a lot of agents get down on themselves if they don't build value with everyone that walks through the door.
Yes, you can't.
To your point, you got to be okay with certain people just not liking you or not wanting to work with you, or they already have an agent. It's okay. But when you start to figure out how to build value with people, that's when you're going to give them the information, like with the fly. All my flyers, I say I don't bring them. I bring them electronically, because if they want it, I now can ask them for their phone number.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have one right here. I don't even give them I don't even ask for it. I don't like. Is it okay if I just
Do you
say,
start pulling your phone out too?
Oh yeah.
yes?
Oh, I always start pulling my phone. What's your phone number?
And I'll send it to you right now.
Yes.
And if they start hesitating or whatever, then I'll explain to them why I do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's just I've done so many open houses.
It's 2026. We don't need flyers anymore.
I throw so much paper away. I don't know how many people are going to show up. A lot of times I'll give it to people and then they just
throw it outside,
throw it away,
and litter.
So I just like to make sure it's going to get to the people that actually want it or if they're interested in it. And that's it. If you're not comfortable giving me your phone number, what's your email? And I can at least email it to you.
So same with your
Yeah.
business card too. If they ask for your business card,
Well,
it's psychological too. I mean, it's not always the best way. You still want to connect with people and get their number, but I tell people like,
But now
if
you have it.
ask for their email, there's something about asking for someone's email over phone number that just makes it so much easier psychologically for them. So I always have my pen and paper. I'm like, well, go ahead and just write down your email, and I always have them do it because otherwise it's awkward trying to write it down, and my handwriting sucks. But then I just keep talking to them, and as they're writing it, again, psychological, then I'm like, hey, go ahead and just throw your phone number down too, and then they write it. Now I have all their information, their first name, their last name, email, and phone number.
Yeah. But if they're asking me for the flyer though, I do start with the phone number.
Yeah.
And because
sure.
I just don't want to give them an option to even think about it. Like, hey, what's your number? And I'll text it to you real quickly.
Yes.
And then I'll do it. It's in my phone now. I can transfer it to my paper later. But then if it doesn't get to the flyer information part of it, then I will potentially. I don't know if I start with email or phone number most of the time. But
It
I
really
do.
just depends.
Whatever I start with, once they're already writing, I no matter what, I ask them for the other piece of information as they're writing it.
Yes.
I do it all on my phone.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I actually prefer to write it down sometimes myself as well, because I've had times where I cannot read their handwriting. You know, and
Yep.
so
I definitely always go double check.
so it's just like
My handwriting's terrible, and I get all awkward, and I'm trying to listen. And
mine is too, but I can read it.
yeah.
I think the lesson here is like quit carrying paper and don't feel like you need to justify why. Because when I first stopped carrying cards, I felt like I needed to justify it, and now it's just like they're like, "Do you have a card?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's your phone number? I'll text it to you."
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
Yep. Super
Every
super
time.
simple.
Yeah.
Super simple.
And if they say no, that's okay. Then okay.
Yeah.
I mean, not a big deal.
Well, I think we covered everything. So the last point was connection converts better than pressure. So connecting with people, 10 seconds matter.
So I'll say what I say to this section is you want 95% low pressure to 5% high pressure.
I was gonna say, because you still want like some pressure is good.
You have to know
Yes.
when to put the pressure on and how to deliver it.
Especially if they start asking you questions.
It's like,
Ding, ding, ding,
Are we
showtime.
putting an offer in here? Because like, help me help you guys to know where you're at. Because you guys are asking tons of questions about. I'm not saying that, but it's like they're asking tons of questions about the process, and they're measuring whatever it is. Like, you guys think about putting an offer in? You need to recognize. You always need to do that, even when you're showing houses to buyers. You don't want to become a service where you just show them a million homes. It's like, every home, it's like, this ain't the one. Okay, let's move on. And then if they're like looking around and they're like, yeah, this could work. It's like, you guys want to talk about putting an offer in? Well, no, we might need to sleep on it. Okay, well, no worries there. And then we just kind of talk about what waiting could cause. And then, hey, I'll follow up in the morning and see if it's still the one.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But you gotta move forward with it.
Yes, 100%. If you don't ask for the business, then now you're just having conversations. You just made a friend.
Then you go back to the dating, you just fell into the friend zone.
Yeah, don't get friend zoned.
I think too, if you're sitting at the bar, if you're doing the bar thing, the second you feel any kind of commonality with someone and you feel like they're reciprocating, that's when you offer to buy them a drink. Yeah. And then technically they owe you something.
A phone number.
Conversation.
Yeah.
A little deeper, you know. For whatever reason, when you're holding a beer with someone else, you're like
connected.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which I think is why we like go to weddings and get hammered and
probably.
Well, it's fun, but
it's
also it's like you're hanging with people now you're doing the same thing.
I'm a social drinker. If I'm with somebody, then I totally get that. And if I'm not drinking, then I'm like, I feel like I need something in my hand or
mocktail.
Something.
Yeah.
A Topo Chico. I love Topo Chicos.
Yeah. Those non-alcoholic beers are getting better. And that's what I did at our awards ceremony. And it did the trick.
More and more, I'm actually really proud, glad that society's kind of doing that. It's like more and more and more of that's coming out. And everyone pretty much has like a non-alcoholic beer. So I think that's really cool.
It is cool.
Although I don't know if I'm going to drink a beer if it's not alcoholic.
I know.
I do like me some Topo Chico, though. Like, even just a regular Topo Chico, put some salt and lime on it. It's like you're drinking a beer. I mean, I always say,
what the young people say, it slaps.
It slaps. Oh, I don't know. I can't do that. I felt so awkward saying that just now.
There are certain things that I do feel awkward saying, and I'll test the waters at my house, and then I'll see how my son reacts. And if he goes, "Dad, cringe," then I know. Just this morning, he goes, "That's sus, Dad. That is so sus."
Yeah, I love that
I
one.
hate that word.
And I'm just like,
I don't know why, but it's just like.
Or I'll say something, and he goes, "Dad, you can't say that. You don't even know what it means."
You don't even know what it means.
Like, how do you know I don't know what it means?
I'm like, well, yes, I do.
I adopted the "let's go." Let's go.
Oh, I feel like I've always said that.
I mean, that's always been around, but it's definitely one of the things.
Definitely said bet.
If you watch YouTube, if you watch kids on YouTube,
my bad.
They always say
my bad. I don't know. Is that a thing?
My bad's old.
That's what that was when we were
Is
growing
that
up.
old?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not something people say now.
Oh, I say my bads. Not my bad.
Well, either way, still, it's just the same thing, Yeah. But I don't think that anyone says my bad anymore, but there's just no way I'm going to get out of saying my bad.
IKR.
I know.
Right?
I know, right? Those ones are hard. It's like, excuse me? Like, what are you saying?
Oh, yes. Yes. Wrap it up, Casey.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening and watching again. We really appreciate you spending your time with us. And
we really do.
Yeah. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for future notifications. And we're going to sign off. Casey Tuter, Haddock, and Brooke Massey.